Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my humble self, Marcus Gray, bringing you the one and only Natalia Markova. And thank you so much for being on The Bird and the Villain. How have you been, first and foremost?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited. I was looking forward to this meeting. I really enjoy that people, they want me. They want to see me. They
Yes.
want to talk to me. That's amazing. And how I've been, awesome. I mean, lately, so much stuff going on for me. I'm
Hmm.
just happy being alive. So I
I
can't
know.
wait to see what's coming next.
Can I talk to you? Like recently, you've been in New York, which looked like, first of all, can I say, was that fun or was that fun? You look like you had a really great time in New York. Got to see classic cars. You got to see, apparently saw Elvis. I don't know. What was that like? That was recently, right?
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. That was this weekend. I
Mm-hmm.
miss New York. I've been there a lot of times before the pandemic. Thanks to 365 Promotions, the company damage that brought me there.
Mm-hmm.
Really good people, professional. I couldn't be more happy with working with them. That was amazing. Yeah, we had fun with Isis, former NXT wrestler. We were all over New York. I was staying next to the shore, walking around
Nice.
there. That was amazing. And yeah, as you mentioned, like I love classic cars. So when I saw that diner there, I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta take a picture with everything. I have like 15 pictures just from that place alone. It's cool design, like
Right.
American series. Yeah.
And with all this traveling, if I can say so, if I can be bold for a second, you are in top. How do you find in the time? Because you've been to Texas, you've been to Florida, you keep moving. Like your work regimen's amazing, and you do a little bit of it all, which is really, it's really impressive. How do you find the time to stay in shape? What works out for you?
It actually all works together. When you're active, it's already easier to stay in shape.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I eat clean, I try not to eat a lot of junk food, even though I love junk food.
It's
But
tasty.
as long as you're being active and have discipline, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's all about discipline. You're good. And I'm a personal trainer too, so I know how to be in shape. I know how to work out, how to eat right, how to sleep, because some
Mm-hmm.
people kind of they don't think that sleep is important. Sleep is important. So I try to sleep 8 hours a day every time. And yeah, like you said, I've been all over the world, more than 15 countries worldwide. I love being in USA right now, but I would like to go to more countries. I'm open for international bookings right now. And actually, I
Mm-hmm.
have a few offers from there. I cannot tell you exact things, but
Mm-hmm.
just wait for more news and probably in a few months soon.
Hopefully, and we would love to see you get there. You've been really creating a buzz, and I love that you're very, very personable with your fan base. Because we like to see your success. If we can, like you showed up on AEW a few times, it stirred up a lot of talk because even just to see you there, it was cool. It was really because
Yeah.
you have a long history. Almost what 10 years in wrestling?
14 years of
Oh,
wrestling.
excuse me. I'll take it back. I'm sorry. All right. So you're
No,
so you're
I mean, 14 kind of sounds scary, like a long career,
oh,
which is awesome. I have a lot of experience. Like I said, my journey started first, like actual good level thing that happened to me was Japan. So this
ooh.
is my basic school. Yeah, Japanese style. Then I
Mm-hmm.
combined with it a little bit of European wrestling, then other Asian countries, and then I came to USA finally. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm the mix of all those styles, which I think is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
which makes me kind of unique, I hope.
Yes.
Yeah, AW was awesome too. And yeah, I love my fans. Whatever I do, that's for them. And when I see a feedback online, when I see them reacting, and when I see them commenting on whatever I do, I'm happy. I'm happy that you guys appreciate that.
And that radiates. You can tell because in that, like, whatever, like lately, whether, like I said, whether that's traveling, whether that's modeling, whether that's fitness, you have an energy about you. And yes, I know you said 14 years was big, but you're millennial for gosh sake. You're not even, that's 14 years. You're still very, very young. just
Thank you.
claiming. But anyway,
But that's a good thing
go
about
ahead.
nowadays wrestling, that it's not about age, it's about who you are.
An
I mean, yeah, I'm
experience.
in a young category still, obviously, yes. And
Right.
I'm keep myself in shape. Like, look at Sylvester Stallone,
Right.
talking about age. He's in amazing shape. He looks great. He keeps himself healthy. That's what I encourage people to
Mhm.
do. I encourage people to be healthy, to be in
Right.
shape. You don't need to be necessarily a huge bodybuilder or I don't know,
Oh,
fitness model. You don't have to. As long as you're healthy, it's beneficial for your life in any regard. You
so
just
you'd agree that it is about what you're eating too, and diet is a huge factor because there staying in shape is fairly hard with timing. I mean, like even you manage to get 8 hours of sleep and still fit all that in. It's still possible to eat things to keep me conditioned. Like it's not going to change up my diet that much. You don't think?
it's I would say, yeah, 75% of success is
Oof.
whatever you eat. But don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that you gotta eat chicken, broccoli, and rice for your whole life and nothing else. You just gotta
Mhm.
find a way. You gotta be smart about what you eat. You can eat junk food once in a while. It's totally fine as long as you keep yourself in pace. You keep yourself. It's just more about consistency. As
Mhm.
long as you do that consistent. Sorry, I'm pouring. Yeah, but as long as you do it consistently, you're good. Just don't overdo everything. Don't go crazy with the diet, but don't
Mhm.
go crazy with eating junk food all day, every day. That's never beneficial.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But Ray Lynn and July 17th. Yeah. Oh yeah. Can we be
Yeah.
excited about this? Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I was so excited because Raylene will have a history. Marvelous Japan, Chigusa Nagaya promotion. We were there. We were staying at the same dojo together, we were
What?
training for a few months. Yeah, so it was before the pandemic, actually, before I came to USA last
Mhm.
time. So, yeah, I like her. I think she's awesome. I can't wait to share the ring with her. That would be great.
I,
You know, like friends fighting, that's my favorite.
you
I'll
have
still
like
beat her up.
we know what's gonna go down. You're definitely gonna take her, no question. Japanese style. You mentioned that. Like, is it that much different from what you see? It's those boys can take some hits. Those
Absolutely
guys can take some.
different.
You ladies can take some hits.
Yes.
What's that like? Like, I mean,
So that's the thing about it. I wrestled for three different promotions in Japan
oh,
during my long career. Started with DDT Pro. So yeah,
mm-hmm,
those guys are strong style, classic
mm-hmm,
Japanese wrestling. Same with Tajiri's promotion, the second one I wrestled there.
yeah,
It's a classic. So it's basically not that much storytelling like here. It's more about just hitting and showing your personality, aggressive, intense wrestling. And that's how
mm-hmm.
I used to be back then. Same
You still
style.
are.
Yeah, Marvelous Japan is different. They are more about safety. They're like sports wrestling, so they're more Americanized Japanese wrestling, which is also awesome. I was so happy to be able to work with Nagayo-san. She's
Mm-hmm.
amazing, huge impact on my life, not just wrestling wise, just life in general. She's my mentor. Always say I love you, Chigusa Nagayo, if you
What was
hear
that like?
that.
What's you guys' relationship like? Was that? I mean, did you guys immediately click when you met?
Yeah, I think so. She's a legend in Japan, and she's
Mm-hmm.
such a nice person in real life. Such a nice person. She has a dog shelter in her house. She helps animals. She
Oh.
have cats there too. She's just, overall nice person who
Mm-hmm.
just doing great stuff in life. I
Mm-hmm.
wish more people would be like her. It would just be a perfect world if it would be like that. Yeah. Aside of wrestling, we're great friends. She's almost like a mom to me. She's amazing. I miss her a lot. I know she
Oh,
likes USA, so I'm going to send her some USA souvenirs. I know she would
nice.
like that. Yeah, she's an amazing woman. I love her.
Now you mentioned French style. If I could ask you about that for a second, what is because I have to admit I'm not too familiar with French style. Japanese, yes. Americanized, yes. Like, what is French style? That's interesting. Like,
I didn't say French. I said European altogether.
oh, great.
European, yeah. I mean French including. It's mostly storytelling, like really less moves, just storytelling, good classic basics, and all that.
Hmm.
That's how I would describe European wrestling based on my experience.
Right.
Big impact there was Finnish promotion in Finland. The owner is Starbuck, a really good guy. He knows so much about wrestling. He's like encyclopedia.
Mm.
Another guy who deserves a lot of credit, but he's in Europe, so he's not worldwide. He wrestled in Japan too, but I'm
Okay.
saying he's not like Kenya mega popular.
Fair enough. Well,
But he deserves to be because he has a lot of charisma. He's crazy good on the microphone. He does announcements and boxing or voiceovers, so he's an actor too.
really?
Um, yeah, he's the person who was a little bit of a mentor to me back then. I met him in Japan the first time,
Hmm.
and yeah, he explained me that wrestling is more about your charisma, your personality. You gotta show your personality to people. He was the
Hmm.
first one who mentioned that to me. But back then I was crazy green. I was like, yeah, yeah, probably you're right, but I want to do cool stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta grow. And then when I came here to USA, the other guy, Brian Idol, who owns the school here, he explained me about storytelling again. And then I was more prepared for that. So that's when I started mixing this together, starting
Mm.
mixing Japanese hard hitting, but
Hmm.
still safe style,
Right.
intense style with good storytelling, charisma, and personality. So hopefully I'm better right now. Still have a lot to learn. Always happy to learn. I train with Matt Seidel a little bit. I go to his C dojo. It's in Florida.
Yeah.
I gotta start going there way more often because I think he's great. He's definitely in top 10 wrestlers worldwide, in my
I believe
opinion.
it.
He's a really high level wrestler. Hopefully, he'll get more opportunities to show that, but he's there. I mean, he's getting there. I'm happy for him.
Well, I think you're very good when it comes to storytelling. You've told a story in Shine. I mean, I think that, especially in Shine, I mean, I'm not even. I mean, I think that's one thing that we can say is lacking, and most times is the storytelling because that's what hooks you. Like that's why we care if you win or lose. That's why we care and
I
see
agree.
next. You know.
Absolutely agree. I'm more about that. I'm more about this kind of wrestling.
Mhm.
And whenever I see that, I appreciate it so much and I make sure to watch more.
So, if I could, what is next? Like, what is your aspiration? Because we've seen you, like I said, you've had a very very decorated history, and I want to see you like, and I maybe I can hopefully will this into premonition. I want to see you land somewhere where we can see your talents because you can go back and watch your matches. You're amazing. You're amazing, and
Thank you
I've
so
been
much.
I know, like I said, my friends, Fox included, and she said hi, by the way. Yes, she did.
Hi.
She said hi.
Hi. What's your name?
Fox, the one who did the the one promo that we did for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
she said she did say hi. But like we want to know where you want to land. Where is Natalie Markova's story going to be written? Natalia
So
Markova.
actually, like I said, I have a big thing coming up in this life.
Ooh.
But I cannot give you details just yet. But it's a cool thing. I'm excited. I
Mm.
just need to confirm a few things before that, and hopefully next few months you will hear something. But even if not,
Hmm.
I'm getting so many offers right now from everyone. It's just exciting. I'm happy that it's happening to me. So I'm ready to work even harder, ready to do even more to get in even better shape. I'm
Mm.
so excited about what's coming next. Because whatever happened to me, even in the last 2 years, that's insane. If you compare me 2 years ago and now,
Hmm.
that's a huge progress. And that's what I love about this life, that if you work hard, you'll get there no matter what. That's what I believe. That's what I want to believe. And I want other people to believe that it's all about hard work. I know it sounds a little corny, like hard work
No, no,
pays
no, no,
off.
no,
That's
no,
what
no,
people
no.
say all the time.
Was it
But that's true.
was it hard
That's
during
true.
the pandemic though? Because you did have a slowdown period where it was hard.
I
Like,
actually did the opposite. I was like, okay, this is a bad thing going on right now.
hmm.
We gotta do something about it. I don't want to have this feeling like I wasted that time.
Right.
So I did the opposite. I was training every day, like hard, every
Hmm.
day. I was eating perfectly, no junk food, like
Mm-hmm.
3 months in a row, one cheat day, 3 months in a row, one cheat day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got in a better shape. I changed my hair color.
I know.
I Yeah,
This
a
guy.
lot of some I know actually people like my hair color right now. I like it too, but I'm open for changes. I might change it. But
Don't
some people
tease.
say like, "Oh, I miss the brunette version
I
of you." I know, yeah. Maybe at one point I will go back to being brunette. I don't know yet. We'll
yeah.
see. We'll see what's gonna happen. I just think it's not about hair color anyway. It's
You're
about
fair.
yeah, it's about
Yeah.
being yourself. And hair color doesn't define you, obviously. So
Clearly.
yeah, I was trying to use the pandemic to get better and to take the most of it. I think it's not even about the pandemic, even life in general. If
Hmm.
there is something wrong about it and there is something you cannot change,
Wow.
you gotta find the way to accept it and do whatever possible to flip it the way that's good for you. Because
That.
sitting all like depressed and sad about something never helps. That's
Hmm.
what I know. And sometimes it's really hard to convince myself. I'm feeling bad. This happens to everyone. But
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, I need to turn my brain on. I gotta think clear here. If I will
Hmm.
be sitting here and just getting in the bad shape and do nothing, no win. That's
Right.
100% lose. If I will keep pushing, I will be keep doing whatever I do. I still have this chance to flip it and to go in the winner direction. That's what I always do, and that's what I suggest you people to do. Whenever you feel bad, just force yourself to feel good and force yourself to keep going, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Mike drop. Oh my gosh, because it's true. The first one thing that, like you said, it's hard to take that first step. People have been through, and you yourself admit it's not easy, but the payoff is what's good. You can
Yeah.
do anything if you push yourself. Things to get done, to get anywhere, takes that drive to say, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
people. I just want people to understand that everyone goes through bad moments. Everyone, every
Mhm.
person. If you see someone who's successful, happy, having $1 million or whatever, or even those people, they have those moments. Everyone feels bad once in a while. What defines you and what makes you a better person, or
Mhm.
what you do when you feel bad. Because when you're happy and everything is great, everyone is happy. Everyone
Right.
is
You're right in
okay.
that
That's
range.
awesome. It's
Right.
easy. Even the fitness routine. It's easy to do it when everything is amazing. But when
Yes.
it's bad, that's when you have to put the closest attention. That's when you have to try really hard, because that's what separates people from those who can make it and from those who cannot make it. So be sure to be the person who can make it. No matter what you do in your life, people have different goals, different jobs. I understand that. But the main general rule in life is the same. Never give up, be positive, try to help others, because when they have bad times you always want to have someone to lift you. I think
Yep.
when you lift others, when you work hardest, and when you never give up, that's when you get there.
Hmm. Natalia, how do I have a feeling you want to say so badly the big things that are happening? You were so clear with some. I want to know. So I'm going to be. I hope we're going to definitely keep track and keep focused. But you're also really versatile. You do have a little bit of stunt work in your repertoire,
Yeah.
don't you? What have you
Yeah, I
done?
did stunts. Mostly that was in Russia back then. I was doing acting. I actually have this
Ooh.
certificate that I finished the acting school. So yeah, I was doing a little bit of commercials. I was doing a lot of modeling back then too. So I was doing kind of like commercials, fitness modeling, stunts, acting, all this kind of stuff. Mostly there,
Yeah.
because then I started traveling, and I'm like, okay, I gotta focus on wrestling, because anyway, it always goes together, like I said.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
now I'm kind of going back to do modeling and stunts and all that. But I just basically moved here, like
Mm.
for real, for real. So yeah, I'm going to start focusing on that too, because it doesn't hurt to be a wrestler and a model and an actor and a stunt all together. That's all works for me. I love that. I like
you
this lifestyle when you're always busy, always running around, you're flying, you're riding in the car, driving the car, being on the road. That's what makes me happy. So The more
That was,
stuff I have in my life, the better. And yeah, I'm dying to tell you what is this big thing coming
I
up, but
know.
unfortunately, I cannot.
Oh, mm,
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it will not. It's not gonna happen. We don't know. At this point, it's just
we're willing it.
about to.
It's going to
Yeah.
happen because you're an no, we're not going to do that, Natalia. You're an example of what you can do if you want it. You just showed you're
Thanks.
letting everybody know that the things that you want are attainable if you can push yourself to them. And
I really
that,
want to inspire people for that, because if you really think who I am, I'm just a regular person from Russia, regular family, nothing special. And then I just wanted to change my life. I was like, okay, let me start doing that. I got to change my life. I want to I want my life to be the way I want it to be.
right,
Whenever I'm unhappy with something, I just change that. Some
right.
people say, "Oh my God, you have so much courage. You have this, like spirit to do that." I didn't feel that way. I knew that I would be unhappy otherwise. So why would I be unhappy if I can really put an effort and to make myself happy? And yeah, my story, I want to inspire people with my story. I don't want to tell you a long, sad story about
No,
my
no, no,
life,
no,
how I made it there,
no, no, no.
how like,
I
oh,
want
I
to
was
know
barely surviving, and all that. Yeah, I skipped that part, but I just want
what.
to tell you that if you want to hear about it, I can tell you a little bit.
Well, I'm just. You're a Capricorn, aren't you?
I mean, what?
You're a Capricorn, aren't you?
Yeah, I am a
You
Capricorn.
are a
Yeah.
Cap. Oh my, yes, you are a Capricorn. Oh my
My
gosh.
parents were always making fun of me that I'm really stubborn.
You, you, but
I
you're
like,
always right. But you're always right. I'm only saying that because my sister is a Capricorn and she's like the little big sister. She's always right. And trust me, if you're a Capricorn, you're 100% right. So I want everyone to be paying attention. But it
I'm
is
trying to be smart and not to be like over the top stubborn, or to be always like, no, I gotta have the last word. I'm trying to be smart about it. Deep inside, that's my personality, but I understand that I live in the society, and
but it's your
I different.
instincts. It's also a
Yeah,
very
those
good
are my
instinct.
instincts. Like, keep pushing no matter what. You can say no to me 55 times, I'll still keep pushing. I don't care. If I think that's right, I'll keep doing that. Because honestly, not too many people supporting me being a wrestler, especially probably the last 3 days. Not right now when I'm getting there. People think that I'm getting successful. But 2 years ago, a lot of people were saying, you got to quit, stop doing that. You're not, there's nothing really going on for you right now, and it's
But
hard,
you
and
have
you always get.
talent. You have you could go back to those same people and show them the talent. Look what you've accomplished in those years. You can give some of these women, I'm not going to mention certain rosters, but I think that you have a lot to even just on what you know. Like you're
I'm really
amazing.
happy that you think that way. Thank you. It's really nice to see when people believe in me.
It's
But when people see my actual situation, my actual story, not
mhm.
right now, but back then, they were like, you gotta be smart. You should not keep doing that. It's not yours. It's just hard, and it will end up bad for you. Like, no, thanks. I don't know what can make me quit. I don't know what can make me stop,
Mhm.
because I've been through hard times, and those times never stop me. So now I gotta do that. I feel like
I think they shaped
I
you.
felt like that since I was like, yeah, like 3 years old. I saw Shawn Michaels' entrance. It was like this story that I keep telling to everyone. Yeah, and since then I said, this is my goal. I gotta become a big wrestler, a name, for people to see me, for people to get inspiration. Because basically, like, when people ask me what's your overall goal in life,
Yes.
it's not about being a huge star and have a lot of money. It's about, because like deeper inside, it's about future generations. And when I see kids like looking at me being all happy, I want
Mhm.
them to look at me, and I want to be an
That's great.
example of a person who can achieve stuff. A person like, I don't do bad stuff. I don't drink alcohol, which is okay if people do that. I'm not against that. But I personally, I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I try to be healthy all the time. I try to
Mhm.
help people, and I want people to look at me as an example. And the more people will be doing that, or at least try in doing that, the better the world will be. And I think the overall goal of the celebrities, people who can have impact on other people,
Yeah.
is to make them better people, to make your fans better people.
And
So
inspire.
even if it's one person who can change their life for better, it's a good accomplishment to me. I see a lot of people on Twitter saying that, oh, I was watching that interview and you said this thing and I implemented it in my life. I started doing that and it's helped. And when I
Right.
see that, it makes me so happy. I think
Right.
this is like the overall happiness for me, to see other people
Good.
actually being happy. Like when they see, even when I comment something and someone says, oh, that makes me smile, I'm
Mhm.
already happy. That's the whole overall goal of me being a wrestler. Obviously, I want to be successful. I want to feel that I accomplished something, all that too. I'm not trying to be, like saint here, but
Right.
the overall goal is that.
But your inspiration was Shawn Michaels?
Well, he is amazing. It was just the first time I saw wrestling.
Ooh.
When I was a 3 years old kid, I saw, first time ever I saw wrestling was his entrance on some show, like huge show.
Mhm.
And I was just so impressed with that for some reason. I
Hmm.
was like, that's what I want to do in my life. And like I said, I was a 3 years old kid. I had no idea what's going on. But
Right.
I loved that. And I set my mind back then. And then years after, obviously, I started understanding what is it. And
Mhm.
then around when I was 16 years old or 17 years old, I found out there's a school in Russia, the wrestling school, and I ran there immediately. And then I started doing that. But my whole life was built around getting there. That's why I started working out when I was around 15, 16 years old. I was doing everything just for this one goal. All my decisions in life, they were built around that. Even when I had like 2% hope that it's going to happen. Because in Russia, wrestling is nothing. No one cares.
Really?
There nowadays it's not the same. Nowadays they watch even AEW, they watch WWE, they even know some indies. But back
Yeah.
then when I was starting, people would be like, wrestling, what arm wrestling, you're talking about arm wrestling, what is wrestling?
So what happened when people told you, hey, this is when you told people this is what I want to do, they were just like, no.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. I mean, I didn't
wow.
tell too many people because I knew they would have no clue what I'm talking about.
Right.
Even I didn't tell my parents first when I went to the wrestling school first. I didn't tell them that I'm going to the wrestling school because I knew that they would say no.
Right.
And I just went there. And then after a little bit, I was like, oh, I'm doing this wrestling thing. And they're like, well, whatever. Because they
Mhm.
were always really supportive about that. But at the same
Right.
time, deep inside, they were like, whatever, she's just doing some stupid stuff. Well, as long as she's not sitting in the basement doing drugs, it's good. Because I was at the university at the same time. I was getting my law degree back then. So I
Oh
wanted to
wow.
keep them happy. Yeah, they really wanted me to be a serious, good person, like a
I mean,
lawyer or something.
I mean,
I wish I could be that. I always wanted my parents to be happy. That's why I finished the university. I
mhm.
got my bachelor's degree first, then I got my master's degree in civil law. I still have it, obviously. So they're happy. They
Yeah.
know that I will survive in this life no matter what. But nowadays, I still have my personal trainer certificate, so I can do that for a living in the worst case. Because you always got to have a backup,
Back
even
up. I
though I
dig
don't
it.
really believe in backups, because that gives you kind of like a backup options. I don't want to have those. I
Mhm.
just want to keep achieving my goals. But yeah, so
You were
as
very
long as
good.
I was in the university, my parents were okay with what I was doing. They were like,
Perfect.
okay.
I mean, have they been to any of your matches?
Uh, they brought. I think they see like 2% of my matches,
Oh,
and
well, just
they don't have social media accounts. They're just
okay.
normal people in Russia and Moscow.
Mhm.
They're not exactly into all that. They like
Okay.
classic, what's popular in Russia. They like boxing, or they like soccer, which is
Mm,
not popular here at all. So yeah,
no.
they're normal family, not like me.
I just think it's amazing for me to it's to have somebody that really goes from, because you know what it's like to be in Russia and to go here. What is the most beautiful spot you've been in America? If I can ask, what have you seen? You're just like, oh,
Beautiful.
this is actually. Hmm.
I love Florida. I fell in love with Florida first time I
Yeah.
came here. So this area, Clearwater Beach, is the most beautiful spot in the whole world to me.
Mhm.
I just love it here. Beautiful nature, palm trees, water. Because people go to vacations to places like that, and like
Mhm.
once in a year. That's what I used to do. I could see water the way I see it now, probably once in 3 years, once in 4 years, for
Wow.
like a week. And then I had to
Mhm.
go back to the big city because Moscow is a big city. It's kind of like New York if you compare. So
Okay.
now when I have a chance to live and see
Mhm.
it every day, I'm the happiest person in the world. So this is the most beautiful spot in the world for me. I also enjoyed Vegas a lot. That was an
Ooh.
awesome trip there. I like New York. Like I like visiting New York.
Mhm.
Uh, Times Square is beautiful. All those lights and stuff.
If I could ask
Um,
though, real
that's
quick.
what I love about USA, that it's so different wherever you go. Because New York is one thing, Vegas is another thing, LA, Florida, then you have
Mhm.
the mid US, like Arizona and places like that. I just, everything is beautiful in their own, like way. And
Mhm.
the other thing that I got to point out in the whole world, if you say, Tokyo is really interesting place to visit. If you're thinking, what is a foreign country I gotta go to Tokyo. It's so different. It's just different from all other world, unique.
Mhm.
So make sure to go there and see that.
What do you? Is the food? Is it the culture? Is it the clothes? Is it the people? Like, what
All
shows?
together,
Yeah.
culture is so different, people are so different. Even the way the city looks, when I was walking, when I first came there 2013, uh, when you walk outside, it's so clean outside,
Yeah.
like inside here, in your room.
Hmm.
Outside, just everywhere. Cars are shiny, beautiful. Everything is just, it's like a video game. Every time I go to Japan, I have this feeling like it's a video game. Even
Hmm.
this Ray Lynn, we were talking about the girl, we were in
Right.
Japan, we were walking around like, is it even real life? It feels like a video game. We were joking about that.
You made me want to
Um,
go. Is it really?
yeah, you
Ah.
gotta go there. It's so unusual. And yeah, stores are different. Food is amazing there. They had this place called Sukiya,
Ooh.
same as Yoshinoya for people who've been there. Basically, a really cheap diner where they serve bowls of rice with a little bit of meat because meat is kind of rare there.
Hmm.
And it was so good. I miss that place a lot. It's just, it has this unique, everything in Japan has its unique thing to it. No matter if it's a store, if it's people, culture, everything is so unique. Because if you go to Europe, it's close to
Right.
USA. It's different in its own way, of course, but kind of similar. Japan is totally different, different world. So if you want to see different world and experience something different, go there.
Seems like it's got a lot of heart. Like, seems like for me, like when you talk about it, it has a lot of heart. Tokyo. Tokyo seems like someplace I would just love to go. But if I may,
Yeah.
if I can, I are we ever going to see an Abaddon Part Two? Somebody asked that question or wanted to ask that. You
I
versus
would
Abaddon Part Two.
love Abaddon Part 2. I
Yeah.
enjoyed working with her a lot. She's amazing. She has all this personality. I like horror movies, so
You
you know
do?
I do. I love horror movies. When I was a kid, I watched
No.
all of them, like all of them, everything.
Oh.
And there was a moment in my life when I was thinking, what else exists in this life? Is there any other horror movie that I
You
gotta
watch Chucky,
watch?
you watch Freddy, you watch Michael, you watch
So with the Freddy,
no.
there's a whole different story. I watched Freddy Krueger when I was tiny baby. Like I don't know how old I was, but I was so scared.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched it. It had such a big impact because I was a kid. I
Mhm.
was so scared to sleep at night. I was scared to
Mhm.
sit in my bathtub alone because remember there was
The
this
hands.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was so scared. I think it lasted for years, like 10 years. I was really scared of Freddy Krueger. Nowadays, I'm good. I have a solid mental health. I'm not afraid of this stuff anymore. But it was a
Mhm.
long period of time. Same thing goes for dolls. I was
It
really
was because
afraid
of
of those.
Chucky, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah, part of it.
That's
Probably
when I
part
was a
of it.
kid. It was because they had those Cabbage Patch dolls when I was a kid, and my
Yeah,
sisters
those are
had
the
them, and
scariest
they had the
ones.
good guy, and they were creep. Yep, I
I
remember.
know. and I had like 15 dolls in my room sitting and looking at me every night. For real, that was so scary.
He was my first nightmare. I remember watching, like, and that was when he was. I mean, it's cheesy now, but when you watch it when you're a kid, it's whatever. I had nightmares too. But that's
honestly, I like cheesy stuff, like in a good way. You know, sometimes you want to. Even Evil Dad is one of my favorite horror, not just movies, but horror sequences. I don't know how you call that, but the first Evil Dad that I saw was the Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
And it's like the cheesiest thing in the world. But I love that. And I still love it. That's a new TV show that they made, the Evil Dead TV show. It's so corny and cheesy, but it's so 80s that I love that. It's just crazy slash. Sometimes you just want to let it go and not to be serious. You don't have to be serious about everything. You just want corny, weird stuff. So yeah, I like that. And Evil Dead is a big impact on my childhood. My father brought this VHS, you know, with Russian translation, with a weird voice made somewhere underground, and I love it since then. Yeah, they used to do those like VHS tapes when some guy was just sitting in his
there with the camera.
Yeah, and he just he was doing a voiceover in Russian. His voice was unusual and weird, but it's stuck in my head. It's like almost at this point in Russia, it's almost a legendary thing, that voice.
You still remember that voice?
Oh yeah, I mean, I cannot do it. I cannot show you the voice, unfortunately. But yeah, that voice it's just whatever this guy says, it's always funny because it's just this voice.
And Layla Hirsch, like, I mean, and you had a match with her too, which we like. And is she from Russia as well, if I'm correct?
Yeah, she was born in Moscow and moved to USA when she was a baby, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, she's we were born in the same city, Moscow.
Who hits harder?
I think we both hit pretty hard. She's a grappler though. She's more about grappling and wrestling. She was throwing me around with those German suplexes. She's good. I tried to survive. She was my first opponent in AEW. So this is a special thing, of course. She's on my special list. I like her. She's a good person. That's the thing that I really liked about AEW and going there. Really good people. Every time I went there, it was great atmosphere. Everyone was amazing. I enjoyed going there. So same goes to girls I worked with. Everyone, like, no complaints from my side at all. Right. Everyone, nothing but nice to me. So I enjoyed that.
We love seeing you on AEW Dark. I mean, from that fan, and not even AEW Dark, we'd love to see, like, from that fan base, AEW as a whole. If I can speak for a few of them, we would love to see you signed. I mean, you have, like I said, it's what you know aside is amazing, and what you can offer. I want to see what stories. That's what I want to see. I know how people. I've said that in the one promo that I made. People see you, yes, they see you, but do they hear you? I think you have a lot that you have to get down and set and say, and I want to see it, and I can't wait. But
yeah, that's a good thing about those dark shows that I do, that I show a little bit every time, and I have so much more to offer. And I think it's better this way when you kind of like going up, like more and more and more, showing yourself to people instead of just going there and show everything. I think it's more exciting and more interesting. That's a good concept they have there. Plus, the good thing about them too, that they actually give you a chance. It's not like you go in there and you treat it like garbage. You know, you go there, you actually show, and they actually watch, and they give you feedback. They give opportunities to younger wrestlers, to unknown wrestlers there too. And they treat those people as a future star, like possible future star. It's not that they treat you as some disposable they just use for themselves. That's what I like about the concept. And whenever people are complaining online saying like, oh, you don't deserve this, you deserve more. I'm a professional and I do what is good for the company. I always look from company's perspective on whatever I do. I want the company to be happy, because whenever company is happy, everyone is happy. Fans are happy, everyone is happy in general. So yeah, if you dig deeper, everything is amazing.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I pick up exactly what you're putting down. Exactly what you were putting down.
Mhm.
Natalia Markova, you have blessed me. You have blessed this audience. You've laid down amazing knowledge. Before we wrap up, is there anything you want to let the world know, your fans know, anybody else know watching before we wrap?
I think it's just the same thing I keep saying over and over. Just
Well,
please,
say it one more
please,
time.
please never give up on your dreams, your goals. Keep pushing, keep going hard. I appreciate all my fans. If you go to Instagram, my Instagram is Russian_crush. Then you go to Twitter, Real and Markova. I have Patreon too. You can find the link in my bio description, whatever. I don't know how to spell the word, but it's on my Twitter. You can find the link there.
And a
Yeah.
TikTok.
So yeah, and a TikTok. I have crazy amount of views. One of my videos have over 3.5 million views, I think.
It did.
So yeah, go to my TikTok. I post stuff there too. Follow me everywhere. All interactions with me when I really try to be active on Twitter. All comments really important to me. So important to me that I'm just gonna describe it enough. I'm happy that you guys like watching me, that you're part of my journey. You're a big part of my journey, my fans, because if you were not there, if you were not be active, probably I wouldn't be where I am right now, because other people see that people interested in me, and that's important, and that's what wrestling is about the fans. That's what I truly believe. So thank you so much, guys, for supporting me online, supporting me on the shows. We will start doing live shows with live crowds every time you get a chance. Please come support. I'll do my best on the show to make you happy, and that's how we build the wrestling community. I'm a big believer that we're all a big part of it, and if all of us try hard, we'll get there.
Yep. And there's no bigger Alice Cooper fan than Natalia Markova.
I love. He's going to the tour in September, so yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Marcus Gray with the Bird and the Villain. Thank you so much. Have a good night, guys. See ya.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay.